Welcome to Let's Talk America. I am your host, Reggie. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. I created this show because I'm one of the many Americans who are just frustrated with America right now. I love my country. I don't plan on moving. I was born and raised here. I'm an American through and through. To see what America is today is very disappointing. I'm gonna be honest, America has probably always been disappointing, but today is just America's showing their ass. I just wanted to create a show like this because I feel like I need to voice a lot of concerns and opinions on America that I feel like a lot of other Americans feel the same way about. And this is not even a political show because I feel like politics is kind of a way to divide us in a sense. So I look at it as a lot of us Americans, we have a lot of things in common more than we have in difference. Most of the time we have to work. We have to work to survive and shit like that. That's one thing we already are together with. A lot of the taxes, the infrastructure, potholes everywhere. There's a lot of stuff that Americans can agree on and we have differences on. And I feel like America right now is just super duper divided. It's just we're divided on everything. And it's just one of the main reasons why a lot of shit is ass right now. It's not the main reasons, but it's a good reason. Is we're so divided. We're divided on damn near every top. I wanted to create a show like this because I'm convinced that as Americans, we are stronger together as one. That's just 100% true. We can go back to the American Revolution and see what we did then. I'm 100% sure we are stronger together. So that means we have to put a lot of the bullshit differences aside, politics and bullshit like that. We gotta put certain shit aside to come for a greater cause, which is bettering America, because our government's not doing that. They're not. So I want to create a show like this just to talk about the problems in America and in my opinion, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm going to be blaming capitalism a lot. I feel like a lot of things derive from capitalism, or capitalism is the source, which is basically the same thing. But I'm convinced that capitalism is the problem or the root of a lot of our issues. A good example is inflation. Everybody's upset with inflation. Conservatives, liberals, Democrats, Republicans, everybody's upset with inflation. These are one of the issues that Americans kind of need to come together, put our differences aside, and be like, hey, the people in charge are not helping us. If anything, they're damning us. We need to come up with a solution. Inflation is just basically companies already having record profits and still decided to be yeah, let's increase the prices. It's grimy as fuck. And it's not just companies. It's you see it everywhere. Groceries are going high, gas, rent, literally everything is going up because it's the market or whatever the fuck. And what are Americans supposed to do? Just suffer. Just supposed to pull up the bootstraps or whatever and just keep on trucking. Well, a lot of Americans, including me, are fucking tired of it. This whole inflation shit where everything is just going up and up and up and up and up. Meanwhile, we having to stretch money. We're having to stretch money. The average American is living paycheck to paycheck, and then you have a lot of these companies and shit just increasing everything. It's foul, and I blame capitalism. And that's just my opinion though. I'm just be blaming capitalism on a lot of shit. That's just my opinion. When you look at it, our government, our country, our society just runs on profit. If it's not profitable, we don't care. We all allow it. If it's not profitable, they don't really give a fuck. So I blame capitalism on a lot of shit. This is just one example. I'm gonna be blaming capitalism on a lot of things that's wrong in America. I just wanted to make a show like this because I've been wanting to voice my opinions on certain shit for so long now, and I'm gonna be honest, nobody gives a fuck to listen to me. Most people have the same thing, nobody wants to listen to them. But I gotta get this shit off, bro. I feel like this is a good way to get this shit off, man, because I don't really find myself interested talking in a lot of other shit but this. We should be talking about taxes and why the government is failing us and shit, because it's getting to the point where the average American is going to have these conversations. I know a lot of Americans, they don't give a fuck. They don't even bother voting. They don't care about the government. As long they got work to do. You know what I'm saying? They got bills to pay. They don't give a fuck. Well, here's the thing. It's getting to the point where you could be on that, I gotta go to work and pay these bills. It's getting to the point where it's going to rear its ugly head. Even today it's reared its ugly head. People are living paycheck to paycheck. You can't just ignore the bullshit in America for so long. A lot of Americans try to ignore it. You can't ignore the shit, bitch. I don't get y'all's logic. I get it. It's uncomfortable to talk about, but bitch, we have to have the conversation. Our government is fucking literally ruining they're ruining us. They're ruining the country, and we're just being like, oh, we just gotta keep going. Like, dog, we gotta come together and do something. We can't just keep ignoring this shit. Because, you know what I mean, saying, if you're gonna keep ignoring it, they ain't just gonna keep taking shit from right under us. Because y'all niggas don't give a fuck. And look, I am not in the business of making niggas care. If you are a grown man or grown women and you are actively knowing that shit's fucked up, I'm not about to force you to care, bitch. You should want to care. Like, why would you be cool with the government just fucking us up? I know we all got bills to pay, bitch, but maybe if you cared a little more, we could be more working towards a better, like, don't you want better for your kids, bitch? I don't be getting a lot of y'all's logic. I'm not forcing y'all to care, because a lot of people just got it in their bones. They don't give a fuck. I get it. A lot of y'all's logic is, I got work in the morning and I don't care. Okay, but a lot of this shit relates to the work. A lot of this shit relates to the bills y'all bitches have to pay. Like, aren't you tired of having to live paycheck to paycheck and stretching money just to pay bills, just to do it again next month, just to do it again for the whole year, for the rest of your life? Like, that shit is mentally draining. Do you not know that average American, that shit messes up your mental? A lot of Americans are stressed out here because they're tired of their financial problems will stress you out, and it's not good for your mental health. And that's what a lot of Americans are going through. Even now it's getting to the point where a lot of younger Americans are having those problems. Like 19, 20-year-olds having problems with stretching money, living paycheck to paycheck. If that should speak volumes, because you got 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds having problems. It is an issue. It needs to be addressed, and that's the only shit I'll be wanting to talk about. Because, like, what else is there to talk about? If you go on the internet, the niggas aren't talking about shit. The topics on the internet are so fucking bullshit. They'll be talking about some bullshit, bro. I be like, what? Do we not have better shit to be talking about? Because, again, I get it. Nobody wants to talk about the problems in America, but it's just like, why not? Like, they don't always have to be depressing. We should be talking towards, like, solutions and shit. I don't know. I don't get it. It's just like, again, I'm not in the business of making niggas care. You should want to care. Like, as an American, you should want to better your future. Like, you should not want to live like this shit isn't normal. You got Americans struggling just to pay their bills. Americans on the verge of homelessness if they just miss one check. You got some Americans behind because it's so expensive to live. Everything is so expensive, and this is not normal. This is not a normal way of living. I need Americans to understand, like, because we've normalized this. We've normalized all of this bullshit the government or whatever the fuck we want to call these motherfuckers have put on us. We've allowed mass shootings. We've normalized fuck out of mass shootings. We've normalized police brutality. It's just a lot of shit we've normalized, and it's kind of like a lot of Americans are numb. They just don't care enough. That's a problem. This is not normal. I feel like the average American has some type of mental illness, because I feel like Americans go through so much bullshit. And I'm not trying to make it seem like we have it harder than a lot of other countries. A lot of other countries have it hard too, but Americans really have it hard. Like, the shit that we have to go through, a lot of corruption, greed, I feel like we deserve better. As an American, I feel like we deserve better. We deserve not to be lied to by the government. We deserve better food. Like, the government allows so much poison and bullshit in our food because it's not profitable to have us eating good healthy food. So they allow pesticides and GMO, whatever the fuck, in our food because it's cheaper. Like, that's not good. Like, our government just runs on a profit-based thing, and that allows so much bullshit to siphon through to us. And I feel like Americans deserve better, man. That's why I created the show, because I'm sick of it. Tired of Americans being tired. I'm tired of us being frustrated and nothing happening. Like, nothing happening. In my opinion, I've been saying this for a while now. We need, like, immediate change. Like, the government. Take a shot if you keep hearing me say the government. I try not to be an anti-government person. I believe in government, but it's just this government. It's like the way it's working. Like, the three branches are failing us. Like, the judicial system is ass. The Congress is just a clusterfuck, and the executive branch, we don't know what the fuck the president's doing. We really don't know. So I feel like all three branches of the government are failing us. It may not be failing rich people or big corporations, because that's what it was designed for. But the average American, me and you, that has to go to work to pay bills, this shit's not working for us. You clearly see it's not working for us. I don't know, again, if you're the average American who has to work to pay bills, please tell me how this shit is working. It's working for rich people. Oh, rich people love this system. Big corporations like Google and Apple and shit, they love this system. But us, the government just tells us to go eat a dick. Oh, you're suffering from inflation? Go eat a dick. Like literally, that's our government's response. Oh, you're in student loan debt? Go eat a dick. Like our government's response to that, like Americans suffering, being on the verge of homelessness going up, jobs not paying enough, and our government is just like, what can we do? Like, do y'all not see a problem with that? Like, I don't get it. I'm just saying, man. I just want a lot of Americans to see the bullshit like how I see it. I'm sure y'all do see the bullshit. Americans aren't stupid. Y'all see the bullshit just like how I see the bullshit. Problem is, what are we gonna do about it? And in my opinion, I feel like the best thing is to organize and come together and start having discussions. Did I say that right? Discussion. We need to start having some real discussions of Americans who want to better the country. This isn't even political. It doesn't have to be conservatives, Democrats, or liberals, because that's just, in my opinion, that's just another way to divide us. It has to be Americans who want the betterment of their country, because the people in charge of the country right now, the government, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they're doing a shit job. They're not having the country's best interests at heart. They damn sure don't have our interests at heart. It's more so of a profit, arms trade deal, like make sure we're the most dangerous country and make sure we have our thumb over everybody, and profit. We don't give a fuck about the betterment of an average American citizen. It's just profit. That's a problem, man. Shit, that's why I created this show, man, because I'm sick of seeing videos and TikToks of Americans frustrated with how things are. And really, when you look at it, it's not just here in America. It's really across the world on a global scale. So it really speaks volumes to that like a lot of countries are starting to get fed up. We are way overdue. In my honest opinion, we might need like a American Revolution 2.0, because again, like this doesn't feel very American. This just feels like a shell of itself. I mean, I still love to be an American. I'm not leaving this country, bro. I'm not moving. I'm an American, bro. I was born and raised here. I love this country because I love this country because of what it can be, not what it is. This country has beautiful potential. It's just a bunch of old geriatric fucks who are currently trying to run this country into the ground, dick eating rich people and corporations. We got to get these old motherfuckers out of here, bro. We got to get these old motherfuckers out because they've been in office for way too long. Some of these motherfuckers are on, like, they could go away today type shit. Why are they making decisions on our future? In my honest opinion, the whole government needs a whole rework. Like, our constitution needs a rework. A lot of the shit in our government needs a whole rework. Like, it needs an update. We ain't gotta restart the bitch, but we need to start adding some updates to it. Like, starting with the 13th Amendment, that shit has to go, because it's basically just legal slavery. It's a lot of shit in our government that needs to be updated or reiterate. Like, it needs to be reworked. There's a lot of shit in our government that needs to be reworked. Our judicial system, starting there. We don't need no lifelong terms. Let's just get that shit out of there. That doesn't even make sense. Whose idea was that? Why do our justice seats need lifelong terms? It's just mind-boggling. And then not only that, those motherfuckers are doing a shit job, bro. They're not really having our interest. The Roe v. Wade shit. What the fuck was that? What the fuck are they doing over there? It's like they're going backwards. They're not really listening to America. The whole government is not listening to America. That's why I'm having to create the show, because the government is not listening to us. It's very undemocratic. Where's the democracy? Where's the democracy? Vote. That's why a lot of Americans don't even bother voting, because they feel like voting is just not even voting. It's the Electoral College. What the fuck is that? I remember learning about voting and the Electoral College. Ever since I learned about the Electoral College, I still think it's a bunch of bullshit. Fuck is an Electoral College? Bitch, if you don't count the votes by votes, y'all like, oh, they won this state, swing states. Why does swing states exist? That shouldn't even be a fucking term, bro. I'm sorry, call me crazy. The Electoral College is fucking bullshit. Who created it? That's why a lot of Americans don't even fucking bother voting. And then you have shit like voter suppression, gerrymandering, a lot of this bullshit tack. That's why a lot of Americans don't even bother. It's not, Americans don't feel like it's a democracy. We every 4 years we get 2 old fucks. We get to pick out of 2 old fucks. We got to make a decision every 4 years, and then you expect Americans to feel good? Well, oh yeah, we're gonna be in good hands with this old motherfucker. Like, no, I feel like both sides suck. Democrats, Republicans. I feel like Republicans are just louder with their sucky. Like, yeah, bitch, we don't care. We love money. Democrats love money just as much as the Republicans. They're just a little gayer with it. They're just a little less racist with it. They're a little more inclusive with it. But don't get it twisted, people. Democrats are for profit too. Democrats and Republicans are the same fucking coin, just two different sides. Republicans are just like the older racist brother who just says what they want to say. They don't care. They don't care. And Democrats are just they care for money too now. Don't get it twisted. They're for profit, but they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, we like the gays. Yeah, we like black people. We like Hispanics and the minorities. Yeah, minorities come towards us. But we're still for profit. Like, we're still gonna prioritize profit. Like, they don't give a fuck about Americans, bro. I feel like one side is just more like, yeah, we want the best for America. Whatever, bro. Like, Republicans got this whole idea that they care about kids. How many mass shootings have we had where children have died and nothing has happened? But then they proceed to, but God forbid, a drag show is near your child. They're trying to turn our kids gay. Dog, our children are getting gunned down in 3rd grade and you're worrying about drag shows? The priorities of these politicians are mind-boggling, bro. Like, where are your priorities, bro? Kids are dying. Like, parents are scared to send their kids to school because a mass shooting could happen. And politicians want to worry about drag shows. The priorities of our government, the priorities of the politicians are just, we need a rework of the government today. We need an update system. We need democracy back, because this shit, the government is failing us. Again, it's not failing rich people. It's not failing corporations, because that's what they're like. Corporations in our government and rich people, they're like hand in hand. They're not breaking up. But when it comes to representing us, the people we voted for, the government, the people, the president, whatever, they're doing such a shitty job. I'm sorry, bro. And I don't believe in handouts. Yeah, I believe in working hard and shit, but you gotta understand, you got some of the hardest working Americans in this country they're still struggling. Truckers, construction workers, electricians, like some blue collar job, they're still struggling. That is an issue. That's not normal. Our government needs to change. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Capitalism has really fucked this country up, bro. I'm sorry. But yeah, man. had to get this show, man, Chaz Brandon, because it's just like, as an American, man, I love this country, bro. I do. And I just hate seeing Americans go through this bullshit. Because again, I believe Americans deserve better. We are some very resilient people. Like, Americans are very resilient. Like, the bullshit we go through, think about it, we go through a lot of bullshit. Like, you might be like, yeah, every other country go through bullshit, but I'm saying, let's just speak on Americans. Americans go through a lot of bullshit. I feel like we're very resilient, but at the same time, we deserve better, and the government is just not doing a good job. And again, I'm not anti-government, but come on, people, come on. Look at how the system and shit is working. Shit sucks. And I just feel like we deserve better. And, you know, it just comes down to, like, what are we going to do? Like, I feel like Americans just need to start coming together, realizing that a lot of this shit that keeps us divided, like these barriers, is bullshit. Like the political barrier, the race barrier, most of the time it's ultimately going to be the class barrier, but at the end of the day, it's still barriers that are keeping us divided. Religion, I feel like we get past that and realize we're Americans, that once we get past these division barriers and realize that we're all getting fucked, maybe we might get somewhere. White people are getting fucked, black people are getting fucked, Hispanics, Asian, we're all getting fucked. If you do not make a certain amount of money, if you're in the average American's tax bracket, we are getting fucked. Taxes are fucking us up. Inflation is fucking us up. The increase in rent is fucking us up. The increase in mortgages, everything, cars, like the car note, the maintenance of a car, gas, all of this shit is fucking us up. Cable, like bills on bills. The average American is getting fucked up. This shit is not normal. We have to do something. I'm saying, when we get past these barriers like race, religion, politics, and we come together and be like, damn, we're all getting fucked up. Maybe we might get somewhere. I don't know. Maybe that's just a huge maybe. That's a huge maybe. But you know, let's see. We will see. We will see. Yeah. Thanks for listening. I think this was a good episode. I think it was a good way to start. I think it was a great way to start. Yeah. I appreciate those who was watching. If you watched, and just stay tuned for the next one. Till then, peace.